Hello all, I wanted to continue and update you on the Honda-Nissan merger. I believe this story is bigger than what the news is making it seem. I believe it is only as small as it is right now because of the controlled and cold calculated theatrics that are going on with the companies, basically downplaying the whole situation. But this is bigger. This is a lot bigger than people take it. People think it is. This is huge. This is perhaps, I believe, groundbreaking or perhaps industry changing. And I believe that's why Nissan and the three companies basically mentioned that this probably occurs perhaps once every 100 years, where the entire industry shifts and changes, morphs into something else. This is what's going on. Nothing less than this is what's going on. And I want to update you on this huge story. This story is humongous. It's just that it's been tamped down. This story has been pacified pretty much. And I want to update you with a twist in the story. And it is the former CEO from Nissan, as you remember, Carlos Ghosn. He was involved in a scandal, pretty much, where he was pretty much accused of financial misconduct, and perhaps he was accused of corruption. And this occurred in 2018. He was subsequently put under house arrest in Japan, and he made an escape. It was a quite interesting escape, but just to skip over the details of that, the former CEO of Nissan, again Carlos Ghosn, says that the merger with Nissan is a desperate move. This is per the website motor1.com. They have a article that's quite interesting, and I'll go over it here by Christopher Smith. This article is from December 20th, 2024. Nissan and Honda shook the automotive world when the news of a possible merger came to light on Tuesday. Nothing is official yet, but that's not stopping Nissan's former boss, Carlos Ghosn, from sharing his thoughts on the potential deal. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, the embattled CEO was extremely critical of a Nissan-Honda alliance and the reasons behind it. He says, "In my opinion, it is a desperate move," Ghosn told Bloomberg. "It is not a pragmatic deal because, frankly, the synergies between the two companies are difficult to find. There are practically no complementary characteristics between the two companies. They're in the same markets. They have the same products. The brands are very, very similar." Furthermore, Ghosn is confident the proposed merger isn't something homogeneous between the two Japanese brands. He believes Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, is pushing the deal to shore up the Japanese economy, and that Honda isn't happy about it. "Having lived in Japan for so many years, I understand how influential the METI or METI can be," explained Ghosn. "In my opinion, there is no industrial logic to it, but there is a moment when you have to choose between performance and control. Obviously, if you have both, it's better, but there are moments when you have to choose, and without any doubt, with METI and everything I know from it, they prefer control over performance. So they pushed Honda into the deal without any doubt." Ghosn made a daring Hollywood-esque escape from Japan several years ago, where he was under house arrest, awaiting trial on numerous charges for alleged financial crimes during his time at Nissan. He led the company for 16 years and was arguably the most successful CEO. Given the way his relationship with Nissan ended, it's probably no surprise that he was critical of the company in his chat with Bloomberg. "You can measure the team by the results they get. That's the only way you know somebody is capable of doing something," he said. "Frankly, when you look at the last 5 years at Nissan, the results are not a good testimony of the strengths of the team. Neither Nissan nor Honda have anything to say about a possible merger at this time, but the brands have been collaborating for a few months now. A memorandum of understanding was signed in August to explore future projects, but a merger goes way beyond the sharing of ideas. If completed, it would make the conglomerate one of the largest automotive companies in the world, but according to Ghosn, it would not be an easy task. You need to understand that Honda is an engineering organization. It's very strong at engineering, and Nissan is very proud of its own engineering. So the battle here is to try to decide what technologies are going to be adopted by the new company. If it's a merger or by the new alliance, I can tell you it is going to be very tough. And that is the article, again from motor1.com. So the comments made by Mr. Ghosn, I take pretty seriously. I mean, he spent quite a bit of years, again, not only in the company as a CEO, knowing the very intimate details and workings of the company, but also the workings of the Japanese economy and the control the government may have on the economy. So his comments should be taken seriously, and I believe it is going to be a very, very tough merger if and when it does happen. And again, guys, this is a groundbreaking and industry shifting and changing event. It is no less than that. It is not a small thing by far. And again, these occurrences, these unusual and drastic measures that are being taken are an indicator of something bigger happening in the automotive industry worldwide. And it has a lot to do with electrification. Electrification is basically the shift from ICE, internal combustion engines, to electric vehicle drives, whether it's battery electric vehicles or hybrid technologies. And again, Honda especially has been asleep at the wheel, with this being a very late comer to the electrification of their vehicles, their lineup. As I speak right now, Honda only has about two models of EVs. One of them has not sold well at all here in the US, and the other one, the Prologue, I believe it's called, it's doing pretty good. And it is a joint venture with GM, or it is not Honda's own creation. It is a joint venture. And again, Nissan has also faltered by not expanding and pushing for more of their vehicle models to become electrified. They hardly have even hybrid vehicles out on the road, per my experience. And their EV lineup is minute compared to other vehicle brands such as BMW, VW, or Volkswagen. And even American brands like Ford and Chevy have many more vehicles that are electric than Nissan. So we'll keep following the story. There are a few more details. I'll bring you up to speed on those details, dealing with issues and problems with the merger and last minute twists involving China. I'll keep you updated on those on the next video. Thanks.